In the village of Umuocha, where the whispers of the ancestors mingled with the rustling trees, the birth of twins was feared. One was thought to be a blessing from the gods, while the other carried a curse. The villagers believed that if both were allowed to live, disaster would befall their people. On a night of heavy rain, a woman named Adanna gave birth to twin daughters. The midwife, Nneka, had once lost her own twin sister to this cruel tradition. She could not bear to see another set of siblings torn apart by superstition. As Adanna lay exhausted, Nneka wrapped one of the babies in cloth and carried her deep into the forest, heading toward a neighboring village, Obinago. There, she placed the child in the arms of Chioma, a woman who had prayed for a child but never conceived. "Raise her as your own," Nneka whispered. "Her name shall be Ijeoma." Then she returned to Umuocha and lied to Adanna. "You had only one child," as she said, placing the remaining baby in her arms. "Her name is Hannah." No one knew the truth except Nneka, the midwife. Hannah grew up strong and loved in Umuocha. She married Obinna, a respected warrior, and bore a son named Emeka, a boy with his mother's bright smile and his father's strength. Ijeoma, raised in Obinago, flourished under Chioma's love. She became a skilled potter and later married a wealthy farmer, Ezudo. Together, they had a daughter, Erimma, a beauty whose presence captivated those around her. Though they lived separate lives, the twin spirits, their chi, remained unknowingly connected, like the roots of a tree beneath the earth. Fate played its cruel hand when Emeka and Erimma met at a village festival. Drawn to each other with an unexplainable force, they spent long hours talking, laughing, and sharing stories. Their connection deepened into something neither could resist. One fateful night, they took shelter from the rain in an abandoned hut. In that moment of warmth and passion, they broke the oldest taboo, the sacred laws of blood. That night, something shifted in the spirit world. At first, the signs were subtle. A strange illness swept through both villages. Snakes slithered into homes even in the dry season. Umuocha's wrestling champions, undefeated for decades, suffered humiliating losses. Elders had nightmares of rivers turning red and owls crying endlessly at night. Fear spread like wildfire. The villagers turned to the greatest priest of Ibina, the spirit of justice, to seek answers. The priest, his face painted in white chalk, cast sacred stones onto the earth. His eyes widened in horror. "An abomination has occurred," he declared. "Two blood relatives have become one. The spirits are enraged. If this sin is not atoned for, death will come, and it will not stop." Gasps filled the shrine. The people turned to one another, whispering in panic, Who has committed this sin?" But no one spoke. As days passed, and more people fell ill, an old and frail Nneka could no longer bear the burden. "I lied," she wept before the gathered elders. "Hannah and Ijeoma are twins. I saved them both. But in doing so, I have brought this curse upon us. A silence heavier than the night fell upon the people. The priest's face darkened. To restore balance, a life must be taken. The one who disrupted the natural order must die. The crowd turned on Nneka. On the night before Nneka's execution, Adanna, the twins' mother, made a decision. She prepared a sleeping potion and gave it to Nneka. As the old woman drifted into unconsciousness, Adanna dressed in her clothes, covering her face with a veil. At dawn, she walked to the sacred shrine in place of Nneka the midwife. The priest handed her the poison. Adanna took it without hesitation, her heart steady. "Let my death cleanse my daughters," she whispered before drinking. As the village watched, she collapsed, her spirit passing into the ancestral world. The gods were satisfied. The sickness stopped. The snakes vanished. But the wounds left behind could not be undone. Hannah and Ijeoma met for the first and last time at their mother's funeral. They wept but never spoke. Each returned to her village, forever separated. Emeka, heartbroken and disgraced, sought death in battle. 5 years later, he was killed in a tribal war. Hannah, unable to bear the loss, died soon after. Erima left her village, married a trader, and had many children. She lived to old age, but some nights she was seen staring at the stars, whispering to the wind. Years later, when Erima was an old woman, her grandchildren asked her about the story. She sighed, her eyes distant. "Some wounds never heal," she said, "but life goes on." Yet, in the land of the spirits, nothing is ever truly forgotten.